tell me again what was I want in French?
Je veux.
Je veux. So if you want to say I want to reserve in French, where do you start in order to find to reserve?
Reservation.
Good. So how would you say to reserve in French?
Réserver.
Réserver. Thing in French is chose.
Chose.
Thing, chose. Some is quelque.
Quelque.
How might you say something?
Quelque chose.
Quelque chose. Good. And these are two words in French. Quelque chose. Do you want something?
Tu veux quelque chose?
Tu veux quelque chose? Do you want to reserve something?
Tu veux réserver quelque chose?
Tu veux réserver quelque chose? So we see that we have a lot of French vocabulary now that we can access through English, and we won't realize just how much that vocabulary is until we just start trying to share our thoughts and ideas in French. Then we'll notice all of the words that we can convert over. Mostly, we'll just have to change a little the way we pronounce those words, but we can have a go and see the feedback and see how quickly we're understood and ask natives for the pronunciation. But we can always, make that attempt and try to pull words out of our Latin English or our French English. And we also want to be constantly listening out for words we might recognize too, just that they will sound a little different in French. The more we do that, the more we'll train our ear and begin to notice many, many words in French that we recognize through English. Thing was chose and something.
Quelque chose.
Quelque chose. Recommendation in French is slightly different. We get a slight change. We don't have recommendation but recommandation, like to recommand rather than to recommend. Recommandation. And again, the N on the end of recommand is half silent, no? Recommandation. So we build to recommend from recommandation. So how would that be?
Recommander.
Good, but also the first E is more like je in this case. Recommander. So how would you say I want to recommend something?
Je veux recommander quelque chose.
Je veux recommander quelque chose. Do you want to recommend something?
Tu veux recommander quelque chose?
Tu veux recommander quelque chose. Very good. And if we lose this RE, the R at the beginning of recommander, we will get commander, which means to order. Commander, to order.
Commander.
I want to order something.
Je veux commander quelque chose.
Very good. Je veux commander quelque chose. Do you want to order something?
Tu veux commander quelque chose?
Very good. Tu veux commander quelque chose. What was I want again?
Je veux.
Je veux. And you want?
Tu veux.
Tu veux. Now both of these veux are actually spelled V-E-U-X. We have an X on the end. But we don't hear this X because French doesn't tend to pronounce the consonants written on the ends of words. I can or I am able in French is je peux.
Je peux.
And this peux is spelled P-E-U-X. We have that X, that silent X on the end there. What was a little?
Un peu.
Un peu. So the peu of je peux, I can, and the peu of un peu sounds exactly the same. With un peu, we have P-E-U, but then with je peux, I can, we have P-E-U-X, but we don't pronounce that X. How would you say you can?
Tu peux.
Tu peux. You can celebrate a little. You can celebrate a little.
Tu peux célébrer un peu.
Tu peux célébrer un peu. So, tu peux and un peu sound the same, but the peu of can, of able to, is actually related to the word power and possibility. The peu of power and possibility shares a root with this peu. What you can, what you are able to do, is your possibility, your power, no? So that's where we get je peux from, P-E-U-X. And again, we have the silent X on the end, just like in je veux, I want. How would you say, I am able to reserve something?
Je peux réserver quelque chose.
Very good. Je peux réserver quelque chose. What was to recommend or to recommand in French?
Recommander.
Recommander. So the E of the RE there at the beginning sounds like the E of je in this case, recommander. And also we have a slight change in recommend, which is recommand in French. Recommander. I can recommend something.
Je peux recommander quelque chose.
Je peux recommander quelque chose. You can. What was you can again?
Tu peux.
Tu peux. Can you recommend something?
Tu peux recommander quelque chose?
Tu peux recommander quelque chose. Can you order? Can you command?
Tu peux commander?
Tu peux commander. So we said if we get rid of this RE from recommander and we're left with commander, and this means to order, like in a restaurant, for example,